birthday to you, even if it's not your real birthday, because welcome to the first day of the rest of your life. What a beautiful time it is to be alive, and you are alive because you're watching this. You're having another day ahead of you. What are you planning for today? Unless, of course, you're on the other side of the world, in which case you're just about finishing the end of your day. But that's okay, because you've got the rest of today. And hopefully tomorrow morning you'll wake up happy and so forth. Because every day is your birthday, if you choose to celebrate it. And as we often do, it's time to celebrate this. I have a new app on my phone that tells me, that limits me the amount of time I spend on Facebook. And it's just popped up to say I've got 10 minutes left. So there you go. This is definitely going to be a 10-minute job on this one. Because it's just going to cut me off and I'm not going to be able to do anything else. However, happy birthday today too. Geoff, Katrina, Nick, David, Jenny, Ray and Rishi. I'm not sure about Rishi. I'm not sure where I know Rishi from, but I have a feeling it might be Utility Warehouse. But anyway, Ray Herbert definitely from Utility Warehouse. For the rest of you, I'm not sure where I know you from. So Geoff, Katrina, Nick, David, Jenny, Ray, Jenny and Rishi, please tell me in the comments below where I know you from, how we've connected, what you do and what we can buy from you. That'd be fantastic. Anyway, we start off by wishing you all a happy birthday, and we do that by blowing out the 5 candles on our cake. By blow out the 1 candle first to empty our lungs out, put our hand on our heart to take away the thoughts from our head. This is also really good if you struggle with anxiety and panic attacks and stuff. We've talked about this a few times before, so on previous videos. Don't want to get too boring, but you know, it's all good. It's all good. Hand on your heart, and while you're blowing out 1 candle, think about the one thing you want to achieve today, one thing you want to achieve in the next hour, depending on how often you do this thing. Some kind of positive, forward-thinking, law of attraction type style thing to attract something into your life, which would be fantastic. Some positive thoughts. You can also think about birthdays you've had in the past that you've really enjoyed when you've been surrounded by friends and family and so forth, and maybe ones in the future you're looking forward to. That'll be fantastic too. I'm looking forward to a nice big one in September for myself. So, and I hope you will all be there. All my viewers will be there in Cheltenham. Hopefully, in my new house, hopefully, if I can finally get some customers, paying customers, which would be quite cool. Anyway, so yes, blow out 1 candle while you're thinking about the thing you want to do. Also empty the lung out. Hand on heart, breathe in 5 through your nose, hold for 5, and then blow out the 5 candles in your cake whilst you're thinking about the positive thing you want to achieve, like that. Hello viewer, by the way, how are you doing? And happy birthday to the people on the count, and all the happy birthdays to all the people in your life, because it is the first day of the rest of your life and every day is your birthday. There you go. We've been talking way too long about that, so I need to shorten down this start bit, don't I really? Yesterday, by the way, I did a whole big talk and then did the birthday thing at the end. If you prefer that, let me know. That'd be really good in the comments below. That'd be great. Anyway, today, what are the stories you're telling yourself? Well, this kind of comes from a variety of sources from today's videos, a couple of videos in the thing below. All the way, by the way, the Blinkist book of the day is about how we sleep and how good sleep is for you and how sleep can be bad for you and the problems with sometimes that people have with sleep. So not night terrors, sleep apnea, sleepwalking, sleep talking. It's all discussed on the Blinkist book of the day today, and what you can do about it as well. Also the melatonin levels and blue light and stuff before you go to bed and all that sort of stuff. Also stuff that I teach as well. So I talk about meditation to help you to learn how to practice calming your brain down so that you can sleep, and have a whole bunch of things that we do during the 7-day program and during my 12-week program as well, 7-day challenge rather, and the 12-week program. If you're interested in either of those, learning how to live a life you love, go and shout to me. That'd be fantastic. But the stories we tell ourselves, this is really fascinating, because Simon Sinek said this in the top 7 that is today video, and he was saying some people say that they're no good at learning people's names, they can't remember people's names, and he said no, it's not. It's just a story that you've told yourself that you've decided is true. Maybe you were bad at some point, you made a few mistakes, and then you said, oh, I'm just not very good at remembering people's names. But no, it's just a technique. It's just a process that we can learn. And if you believe that story that you've told yourself and all this time, and you keep telling yourself the same story over and over and over again, you will start to believe it, and you'll start to believe it's true. And of course you won't put any effort in to change it, because you'll believe that is the story that's true about you. And this happens in so many areas of our lives as well. This is who I am. I'm particularly not a big fan of what do they call them, astrology things as well. It's like, this is the type of person I am, and this is who I am, and I can't be anything different, and all that kind of stuff. And you're like, oh, I'm a Gemini, and therefore I can't work with, all that kind of stuff. It's not true. You can change. Your neuroscience and neuroplasticity shows us that we can change our personalities, our brains, chemistry, the way we look at the world, the way we think, our belief systems, all of that stuff can all be changed. By the way, just out of interest, I came here today and there was rubbish everywhere. And so I spent ages sorting out the rubbish around here, and I just noticed there's a bin man over there collecting some rubbish from the ground. Kind of, if I waited, he would have done it myself. But you can see the pile of rubbish that I've collected from around here, just here. Which I've got to put into the bin, which is all the way over there. And there's a bin man over there who's collecting the bin, so I'm going to point him towards this if he comes anywhere near us in a minute. But I've basically done the job for him. It's just kind of fun. I'm guessing there was a whole bunch of kids here last night because it's all sweets and soft drinks and crisp packets and all that kind of stuff. So there you go. But that's just a story. I don't know if it's true or not. It could be a bunch of adults for all I know. Anyway, there you go. So we have these stories that we tell ourselves that we decide the true, and then we enforce and inform those stories upon ourselves. And it's not even sometimes the stories that we tell ourselves as well. Sometimes our parents tell us our stories. You're no good. You can't do this. My dad tells me all the time that you're no good at sales. You couldn't do sales. And I'm like, well, maybe, and I can't, be honest. And that is a story that I do tell myself and I do believe. But the point is that maybe that story wouldn't be quite so embedded if I didn't keep getting told it by my parents. And there are other things as well, like all sorts of things anyway, that your parents will, and your teachers and your experiences will kind of impose upon you. And if you're told it often enough, you start to believe it for yourself. And then it will become part of your life, it will become part of your belief system. But you can change it, and you can choose to do a different path. You can choose to create a different story going forward. One of the other things that was in that video was, it was Tony Robbins interviewing, Martin Phelps? I think it's Martin Phelps. I'm not sure Martin Phelps, no. Anyway, the swimmer, the very famous Australian swimmer. I think he's Australian anyway. Anyway, no, it's American, isn't he? Australian. American swimmer. Anyway, doesn't matter. But he said basically that when he was younger, he didn't want to be the second Mark Spitz, who was a very famous swimmer back in the old days. He wanted to become the first Mark Phelps. There's Mark Spitz and Mark Phelps. Maybe it's two Marks. There you go. Anyway. But he didn't want to be the second Mark Spitz. He wanted to be the first Mark Phelps, if that is his name. He didn't want to be the second Spitz. He wants to be the first Phelps, which is possibly a better way of putting it. Don't know where that bin man has gone. Never mind. Anyway, that's the end of my story today. What stories are you telling yourself about your life that are maybe not true? That you could rewrite if you chose to rewrite them. You are the author of your own story after all, and you can rewrite that story and create a new story if you want to. And it's just whether or not you want to believe that script. I can't remember the guy who talks about the scripts, but whether you want to, that script that's been written for you up until this point, do you want to continue to believe that, or do you want to write a new script going forward into the future? I suggest you really want to create a new script going forward into the future. That would be a much better way to live your life, wouldn't it? One that you choose, not one that's been imposed upon you. Now, obviously, if you want to stay bad at names at social events and you don't want to be able to remember people's names and you want to keep telling that story to yourself, knock yourself out. It's fantastic. Great for it. Knock yourself out. It's not a very good phrase, is it? Anyway, crack on. If that's the story you want to believe, you carry on believing it. But if you don't want to believe that and you want to believe a different story, change the story. Okay, cool. That's all from me. Take care. Love you all. Mwah. Send love back into the world. Have a lovely whatever day it is today, Thursday, and I will see you tomorrow, Friday. Take care with another random story. Take care, guys. Bye for now. Mwah. Love you all. Oh, and before I go, remember, every day is your birthday, so if you choose to celebrate it. So why wait to live a life you love? Why not start today? Get in touch with me if you want to take part in the next 7-day challenge.